All right. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great week. Almost made it to the weekend. Hope your weekend goes well for you. I wanted to do this video to help a couple of people out who had asked some questions about how to basically add your own radio stations to the My Crappy Media Player. And there's a couple of ways to do it. You can either create a new desktop file for your radio station, or you can edit one of the pre-existing ones. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to open up My Crappy Media Player, and we'll look at the different radio stations that come pre-installed. Click on the radio stations tab, and these are all the ones that I included pre-installed. If you recall from a previous video, I had asked a few people what type of radio stations they would like to listen to, so that's where all of these came from. Except these three right here. 1, 2, 3. I forced those on people. Alright, so let's close that. And I think first, I've already got the web browser pulled up to the website that I'm going to use, but I'm going to go ahead and open up my file manager as root. And you will need to be root if you put the media player folder in user local share. So let me go ahead and go to that. User local share, and there's media player and radios. Alright, let me make this so they are all hopefully, there we go. Now you can see all of them. Now, let's say you don't want some of these stations. So I'm going to hold down my control key on my keyboard. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I don't want Cinemix. I do at times listen to classical music. I do not listen to dance music. I rarely listen to blues, just every once, very rarely. Loca Urban. That's the Latino music. Planet Hip Hop, I will not listen to. There's two more that I want to remove. You know what? I'm gonna unclick Planet Hip Hop, and I'm gonna click Totally Country. Oh man, I don't mean to offend anybody, but if there are three things in this world I just absolutely cannot stand. The first one is painting a house. I cannot stand to paint a house. I'd rather have bamboo shoots forced under my fingernails than have to paint a house. If you're not aware, I have an artistic background. I used to do artwork for a living. So whenever I paint a house, I'm very particular, and it just takes me too long. I don't like doing it. I really don't like painting houses. My wife told me one time, Dan, you do such a good job painting, you should go into business and have your own painting business. And no, it's not going to happen. The second thing I just really can't stand is moving. I cannot stand to move. We lived in our house before we moved to Florida. We lived in that house for almost 20 years, I think. It's 19 or 20, I can't remember right offhand now. So we moved to Florida and ended up coming back to Georgia. However, we not only moved to Florida, we temporarily had to put, when we were going to come back to Georgia, we temporarily put everything in storage units. So we had to move out of the place we were living, move all of our stuff into those storage units. And we lived in a hotel for about, I think, I want to say 15 days maybe. I can't remember now. So after that was over and it was time to move to Georgia, when our place came open, we had to move all our stuff back out of those storage units and then move back to Georgia and then move everything back. I cannot stand moving. The third thing that I just cannot stand in this world is country music. I'm sorry if you're a country music fan, but I think I'd rather be stranded out on a deserted island with no water and no food and just waste away instead of having to listen to country music. I can't stand it. I'm sorry, I know I'm a Southerner. I have a Southern accent, and you would probably naturally think, I bet he likes country music. No, I hate country music. Anything but country music. All right, so these are the ones that are highlighted I'm going to get rid of. So I'm going to, I know I'm not going to use them again, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove them. Yes. Now I left 2 of these because I'm going to edit these 2. Planet Hip Hop and Smooth Jazz, baby. I actually like a little jazz music every now and then, but if I want to listen to jazz, I'll just make another desktop file at some point. Okay. Let's see. You know what? I might just leave Smooth Jazz. So I'm going to edit Planet Hip Hop, and I'm going to create a new desktop file. That way you'll see both ways. All right, I'm taking way too long. All right, here I have this website pulled up, and it's internet-radio.com. I will put that link in the description of the video. This is another, you see here it has over 15,000 stations. So what we're going to do, and this is actually a lot easier to get the URLs for the radio stations from than the other one I showed. I just discovered this one a few days ago. So what I'm going to do is search for symphonic. You see I've already searched for it, so I know it's there. And we will search. And we have 1. Now I'm going to turn this on momentarily just to see what it sounds like. And what it's going to do is open up another window, and that's where the actual little player is. Okay. Yeah, baby. I turned the radio off. I turned my speaker off. All right, how we're going to get this, we're going to do the same thing we did in the other video. We're going to come up here close to that play button. We're going to right click and hit inspect. And once this inspection page loads, we'll click on the network tab. There we go. I know this is taking a little bit. I have slow internet here, plus old hardware. All right, we finally got something loaded. It's saying need to reload the page, but we don't have to reload the page. We can just go up here and pause the player, and bam, there it is. Don't get all that other information that you were getting before. So you have 2 ways. You can either right click on this, copy the URL. Let me pull up my text editor. I just want to show you how this is going to be this. You can use either one of those methods. That's the one I just copied the URL. Or you can click on it. left click that is, and here's the URL over here also. I'm going to copy it just to show you that it gives you the same result. And let me increase the size of the font so you can see it better. Okay, hopefully you can see that now. Alright, this is my symphonic metal radio stream. So I can close out the inspection window. I can close out the player window. And I will minimize this. I will change that to the Planet Hip Hop. I'll right click on it, open it with my text editor. And I'm going to change, I'll increase the font size on this so it'll be easier to see too. And let me do this. Alright, we're going to change the name from Planet Hip Hop to Symphonic Metal. On the comment, I don't know much of a comment to put other than Symphonic Metal. And here in the execute line, we're going to change this radio stream. I'm going to change that to the new one. Okay. And everything else will be the same. We're going to save it. And that should have changed and it did. There's that one. Now I'm going to create a new empty file. I'm going to call this epic.desktop. If you're not familiar with creating desktop files, you can name it anything you want. Well, I named that one Epic, but it needs to end in .desktop. Epic.desktop. Okay. So there that one is. There's that one. You sure you don't listen to country music, Dan? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just open another one. Since I almost got rid of Smooth Jazz, I'll give it the opportunity to be my, oh dear me, no, I'm not going to use that. Let's do Real Punk Radio. I chose not to do that one because the radio stream URL was so long. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy everything here. Select all. Copy. I'm going to paste that into the new file we're creating. I don't need that one anymore. So we're going to call this one Epic Music. Comment. Those of you who are familiar with my videos, you know I like using epic music in a lot of my videos. So I'm going to say music to conquer the world by. Alright, now we need to get a actual epic music radio station. Epic Radio. And we'll see what we get. Epic. All right, I'm going to try this one. See what this sounds like. Let me turn my speaker on. Okay, that is epic music. All right, so let's go up here, right click and inspect. I know this video's taken a while, I apologize. All right, that has loaded, so let's go over here and click on the network tab. And once this loads, we'll do what we did just a minute ago on the other one. There's that stuff, so let's pause the player. And there's the stream. I'm going to this time I'm just going to copy the URL, okay? I'll go ahead and click on it too so you can see the URL there. So let's go back to this and I will paste in that URL right here. Save it. Close the file. Close the inspection window. Close the player. Close the browser. And now we should have those stations on our actual media player. So we're going to test it and see. Turn my speaker back on. Let's go to radio stations. Now we added epic music. Let's see if that works. There we go. There we go. Okay, enough of that. And we did symphonic metal. So let's see if that works. Whoa! That works. So there you go, 2 ways you can add your own radio stations. You can either edit an existing file, or I showed you how you can create a new one. And both will work either way. Again, I will put that radio website in the description. And you guys have a great weekend coming up. All right? Take care. Thanks.